kill some time. Stream's always been like a great way to time travel to like forward in my day, which is like really cool. Because time flies when you're streaming because you're just talking, you're just having a conversation with people. It's great. Anyway, fuck it. I was like to get away to flash, but then he did a lot of damage to me. Hey. This Trundle's going kind of sicko mode right now. I'm gonna empower this, gonna mess up some. Actually, you know what? I should put you back. I appreciate you as well, positive. I literally wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you guys having, you know, or wanting someone to talk to. Like, just have to keep you company, you know? I never used to make videos like that, but like, people can say it's low effort, and people do say that it's like low effort content that I make, but I, honestly, in my brain, I'm just like, you know, I've obviously like done other stuff, even in the last number of years, but I just keep coming back to this because like, it feels right. Just this like, I'm just someone on a screen somewhere that like, you know, is doing all the legwork in the conversation that we're having, but you're part of it, and that's cool. Something that's just like low stakes. You know what, man? You gotta fucking hold on to people like friends that are like that. Ones that can talk when you don't feel like talking. Those are some fucking magical people that exist, man. If you're like, I don't really feel like talking right now, but like, I like the voice being in the room. That's exactly what you need sometimes, man. For sure, for sure. And like, even though like views have gone down a lot over the years, like I take solace in the fact that I'd like to think that it's just that a lot of people don't need me anymore because they're moving on with their lives and they're like starting new chapters and they're, you know, becoming adult. People are growing up watching me. What the fuck, man? That's so weird. But they're becoming people, man. They're becoming, you know, these cool people. So I get emails or people saying, hey, I'm married now. I have a kid on the way. I used to watch you in high school. And I'm like, what the fuck? And I don't think I instilled any bad virtues or values in people, but yeah, it's yeah, I understand that what my role is, and I hope that that's why people stop watching me. They didn't need that person in the background anymore. They got someone else in their life maybe that, or they got some friends in their life, or they got their family in their life, and they just don't need like that fly on the wall that was me to hang out. Anyway, boobs fart, butt, penis. Let's talk about video games. So, Silent Hill 2, what do you think about that chat? What do you think about Tesla Optimus? What do you think about the freaky ass robot? You think that shit gives handies? God damn!
Sure it can. It's controlled by a person.
I don't know. It's on my mind, I guess.
It's a puppet. It's a very advanced puppet.
For returns, I suppose. Like spending 1 hour to render a video or make a video doesn't give you necessarily anything more than spending 2 hours or 3 hours, you know? I'm streaming Silent Hill 2 is pretty sick. That's good. I heard like mixed things about their. I mean, I don't think I trust remakes anymore. But like, if it's good, then it's good. I don't know. If it's good, then it's good. Where the fuck did he come from? Chill out, boss. Oh, you got me. I can never do the same banner you do, man, because I'm an introvert, but when it comes down to it, I can only spell pros myself away. That's not true, man. Because like, you're not. I'm quite a shy person in real life. I think that like I can talk to people. That's like one of the few things I'm good at. I think I'm good at speaking, but that's not something that I was born with. Like I didn't have any friends when I was a kid. Like I wasn't popular in any regard in high school or any shit like that. It's a learned thing, and the only way that you can get better at it is suck until you don't. And the only way to suck is to do. So start sucking, Pappy. Sorry. Oh fuck, why did I say that? Yeah, man. Hello. How you doing, fuck? Alright, bro. Get this man off me. I'm having actually, I don't think I'm in 4-4. I'm not having the worst time, but you know what? I'm having a good time anyways. So true. But yeah, you may think you're introverted, and you probably are in real life. But like streaming is a whole other thing. You can reinvent yourself. Like speaking is a learned skill. Talking to people is a learned skill. And I don't know. I tried very hard to be good at speaking, and I still don't think I'm very good at it comparative to others, right? But we know the comparison, of course, right? Which rate is built in? This rocks. It just did like we are in a rough spot, I think. I mean, like, hold on. I mean, trying to think, can I one-shot someone here? I can probably one-shot Syndra if she comes near me. That's awkward that she warded that. Why did she ward that? We got on push! That's a weird ward, we're pushed in! Look at that there! Would you like M or F? Fuck my life. I'll chunk this sleep. Did you get past talking to an empty room for 3 hours before somebody was in the bomb in this room? Honestly, I don't remember. If I'm being honest with you, that was a long time. I mean, when I started making videos, I was like faceless. People didn't know what I looked like for a long time. I didn't tell my like friends IRL that this Trundle can suck my cock right off the bloody hinge, man. He's so strong. He has got 4 items though, which I'll give credit to. Yeah, let's run that back. Let's try another game. That was pretending that one didn't happen. It was a fun game. I didn't name my time, but like, yeah, let's try again. Let's try again on that one. If they will end, let's put us out of misery. But yeah, talking is scary, man. I mean, you know, especially when like you live with your parents. I don't know if you live with your parents or not, but like when I lived with my mother, when I started YouTube, I like started streaming to like 8 people or some shit when I was living with my mother and my brother. And you know, sometimes like I would come out of my room and be like, and the mom would be like, "You're making some noises, huh?" And that's embarrassing for sure. I was slightly less unhinged back then, admittedly, but at the same time, you know, it's still like, fuck. But
what
you know,
the fuck?
It does get easier. But it's like, same with like music, same with like playing guitar, same with like piano or anything, whatever instrument you have to be singing. Like it's just like you get your fucking reps in, man.
Whatever.
Like, I don't have any viewers right now, and you're streaming to nobody. Okay, make a fucking YouTube video. Like so, record your commentary as if you're gonna put this shit on YouTube. Then upload that bitch. It's gonna suck. It's gonna be bad. You're gonna be awkward. You're gonna be stumbling over every single word that sentence that pours out your mouth. But at the same time, send that bitch. Throw shit at the wall until maybe eventually something sticks a little bit.
Something sticks, yeah.
And then run with that shit until the fucking brakes fall off. I've been sucking, bro, and still can't get where you're at. Yeah, well, of course, man. My first video on YouTube ever was like almost 20 years ago. My first video on YouTube that I ever posted was 18 years ago. Like, fucking give yourself a break, man. You know what I mean? I've been making YouTube videos for 2 decades, and you're like, oh, you know, you're comparing yourself to others, you dumb motherfucker. You're
Yeah,
famous,
don't do that.
Okay? You'll be great, but you have to give yourself the luxury of time, okay? I love pissing people off in League. Yeah, I don't remember what came over me yesterday, but I was like, somebody pissed me off in League, and I was like, I will give your dad a hand job. And then they kept pissing me off, and I was like, that's another hand job for your dad. And then I was like, if you keep this up, it's gonna turn into a hand job at any minute, man. You gotta shut the fuck up. You better stop thinking. You better stop chasing me down. Oh, I was a cowboy. Yeah, you're fucking right, dude. Yeah, man. Pissing me off, man. I love a little bit of tomfoolery. I'll be real with you. That's one more hand job for your dad, buddy. Don't bring up that cogmore. I don't even remember anything about the cogmore, what he did. I remember he pissed me off and I said I was gonna jack his dad off. That's all I remember. Would you ever play TFT for video years? I mean, I don't mind TFT at all. Yeah, I got no issues with TFT. I'm playing a little bit recently actually, because some friends who like are like, don't play League, and are like, I play TFT, though, and I'm like, it's the closest I'm gonna get to playing League with people. So yeah, sure. I'm gonna cog in his wall. I'm gonna cog in his dad's mall, bruh. Every time I show up to your stream, you're saying some truly crush shit. Do you know what some fucked up shit?
That's the point.
I pulled up stream. I did it on stream. You weren't here, but I pulled up poker on stream as a joke. And because we were like waiting for a queue timer to pop or something, I can't remember what it was. I got 3 pocket aces in the space of about 10 hands, right? I made like $4 on stream, which was fucking. I was getting all in pre-flop, 8 pocket aces. I put that shit on a 60%, man. It was free as fuck, man. I got my money in good where the money was getting good. People thought I was like the poker god, man. I think I even got like another pocket pair, like queens or kings or something like that. I was like, holy shit. So anyway, this gave me a false sense of security. So my ass straight up, like, I was like, I play micro stakes, so like, you know, it's like $1 max, right, of what you play. But whatever happened on that stream gave me some illusion that I was good at playing poker. So you can catch my ass like the next couple of evenings doing some like sit and goes and like doing some like small tournaments, like, and then like someone slow plays aces on me, and I'm like, I do not understand their win. I just keep getting sucked out. I get my money in good, like ace jack versus like queen jack or something like that. Queen peels off on turn and I'm fucked. And I sucked ass. I think I lost all that $4 like within the next 2 days. Like it did not take very long. It's a rough game sometimes, man. I feel like I was making good decisions. Sometimes like somebody would hit me with a line of play that I was like, I did not know what you were doing. But that's the game, man. That's the fucking game, isn't it? Overconfidence is a slow and insidious killer. That's so true, so true. And my house is gonna just be like fucking the town in Darkest Dungeon, man. Just falling to fucking ruin after me on the damn video poker for a while. Ace king is the worst hand in the game, I swear. Yeah, it's because it's a drawing hand. I honestly like I would contemplate not ripping it, depending on how deep in the tournament where you are. Depends if you're playing cash or there's obviously different lines of play depending on whether you're playing cash or entity. But I have folded kings in a tournament before because you're sitting on the bubble. You're like maybe like 3 from the money, and then like 3 people behind you all in, you know, and you're like, okay, I could put myself in first place here. But like, how many of these people are repping like ace X? How many of these people are like playing with like low pocket pairs and are just looking to flip a fucking coin? So like, it ain't worth it, man. So I'm just like, fuck it, I'm just gonna settle down here on this one. If you're keeping a tourney on a bubble of fold aces, I have no shame about this. I'm also someone who like will absolutely. What the fuck is he doing here? You good, man? Well, I was worried about you, bro. I ain't here fucking. Okay, you're chill. sorry. I'm worried about the damn Kane, and he didn't care. Just out for pay. Nah, I can't do that, man. I'm too stubborn. I'm ain't sitting out a hand enough in the tournament. I gotta win playing my hands. I could sit out, and that would be the smart thing to do, but at the same time. But I mean, it goes both ways. I'm sorry to talk about poker. I love poker, and yeah, you all know this. Yeah, it goes both ways because like I feel like you can get away with a lot on the bubble. You know, if you're like 1 or 2 for the money, if you're going hand for hand, you can jam or like you can really play deep some shit hands. Like a couple of like low suited connectors, like in any ace X, and some people don't have the stones to be playing on the bubble, so they just sit the fuck out. They just like don't know what the fuck they're doing. They're scared. They don't want to lose out on the money. They, you know, and you can take advantage of that. It's definitely a little bit psychological warfare. Ghost I got to playing poker on Red Dead Redemption 2. Poker is an incredible game that I only got into whilst I was approaching my 30s, and I think maybe there's something to that, you know? Big stack bubble billion. I love big stack bubble billion. It has come to bite me multiple times though. If you're not like top 5 or 10, it's super tight. That's how you cash regularly, incredibly for sure. But I would argue that like it depends. Are you trying to cash or are you trying to win? And either answer is fine. There's not an incorrect answer for sure. You're trying to cash? Sure. I play micro stakes, as I say, so like I want the dopamine of a win. I've come second is my best. I've yet to win a proper tournament. I came second in one, and I came like 7th in like 2,000, 3,000 people, and I was like really proud of myself for that. That was like a $60 win. I think it was like a $2, $3 tournament. I came final table. I got pocket queens, and I got my money in good, and 2 people all in behind, like after me, and I got fucked up, man. I was like, if they got it, they got it. And they fucking had both. They both had it, and they split my fucking pot. But yeah, that is what it is, man. How long was that? Well, the 2,000 person, it was turbo, so it wasn't that long. I was maybe like 6-7 hours. I late reg though, so.
Survival.
So it probably would have been like 10 hours of like playing. If like.
What do I want to do a survival with?
1 HP, really? Doesn't turbo feel super RNG? Yeah, but like, I would agree. But at the same time, I don't like having my entire day be poker. Do you know what I mean? I love poker, but you know, if I'm not playing live, I don't want to be there all day. You know? Yeah, get the hood rest. You know what, man? Yee! Free kill. Play once you're past your reg, we'll start shoving. Yeah. My tactic, which is a bad tactic, late reg, play a little bit like tight, wait for a premium hand, try and catch myself a double up. Once I double up, then I can chill it, or I can keep playing that aggressive line. It's not like ideal, but it's something. Do you know, this is like fucked up. The last game talking about some kind of deep stuff, and then this game is only talking about poker. I don't think I get you a man that can do both. That's all I'm saying. But at the same time, I don't think poker and like YouTube are the 2 sides of the coin that you necessarily want. I just fucking love poker. Sorry. I like poker so much that I've convinced myself it's not gambling. I know that's the worst part. I think there's a lot of skill with the game. But I also understand when people say no, there isn't. So yeah. My card game is Uno. That's fine, man. Nothing wrong with that. We just like different games, bro. Sorry, buddy. I'm gonna fucking suck your dad off here. I kinda wanted to hold awaken, but I was scared he might actually get away there. But, you know what, fuck it, we'll just use it. Why not? Use it, was it? Okay, flash down. That's very good, actually. Very good. We got a lot of them. Same kind of thing. Do you know what? That's, TFT is a great comparison for people that don't really understand poker, but at the same time, no TFT. So, like, you're dealing with a game that ultimately isn't always in your hands. But
Hayden's build.
More than bad players, if that makes sense, you know?
For my version of Hayden's build.
The statistical probability of you winning is higher. If you're good at poker, the statistical probability of you winning is higher, you know? The Digimon TCG is low-key good. True, so true. Well, not anymore, but yeah, it was. I was top 32 Worlds, man, for Digimon TCG. And then I was like, nah, actually, poker. Isn't every card game like that? Not necessarily. I mean, I guess. But there's like a lot less of factors to take into account when you play a card game compared to like poker. For instance, like in card games, there is generally going to be a correct line of play, you know? So if you're looking at board state and you're good enough player that you know what your opponent's deck has.
Hey, Jinx.
If you're playing competitive card games, you should know what your opponent's deck generally holds within, right?
I'm listening to an insane man ramble and play League at the same time.
2.4K. So yeah.
I'll pause that. I'm getting ready to do Steel Path Survival. I'm thinking about taking Hayden's build in, tweaking it a little bit. Technically, it's my version of Hayden's build. And I'm thinking about tweaking it even more. I don't know. I think I sent you my original one, which is this one. And Hayden's uses Sickening Pulse. Okay. Then this is, yeah, that's my version of Hayden's. I don't think Hayden's original one had the Archon chart ones, so you don't get the added stuff from the you know, you don't get the extra Archon boosts. And I'm thinking about adding another Forma on, and maybe nerfing the duration a little bit. I don't know. I was thinking about maybe putting on... No, I think I'd just go with another dash polarity. I was thinking about putting on another V and putting on transient fortitude. But I kind of like the duration the way that it is. So thinking about putting on another dash, because I've already got... Yeah, I could go with another dash, and that would let me take off the precision and intensify and put on umbral intensify, because that would just make everything stronger. It would make the 450 power strength weaker, but it would make the 140 power strength stronger. And it would make Sickening Pulse. It's not affected by power strength. It would make the 3 a little bit stronger, but it would make the 4 weaker by 50 power strength and the 2 stronger by 40. Is it worth it? I don't know. You get more status effects on the 1. Maybe it is worth it. This does impact. And the status effects are based on your roll. So I think it is better for more damage on your 1. Like, this one's better for precision intensify because you're replacing the 4. I'm not a super fan of the 4, but it's not terrible. It's good because it combos with Sickening Pulse. I'm getting ready to do I'm testing kind of thing. And it wouldn't hurt anything to have another dash. It's not necessary. It wouldn't hurt. It's only going to give me 15 though. It's 16 for the dang. I'm going to swap out Growing Power. That'll do it. I hardly ever shoot my weapon. Where is Steel Charge? There we go. Now I've got enough for it. Like the number of times that I actually get the proc from that one because I rarely shoot my weapon. I don't need to rely on it. It's rare. Okay, that works. That takes me over 300 for all of them with Molt Augmented. Okay. That's fine. Why not public? Nope. Public. Now I'm going to go do this survival and see how it goes. How's your day been? Get my music playing too. Oh, wow. Got the down payment on your honeymoon cruise? I didn't even know you were getting married. Congratulations. Went up.
Life support incoming.
Where are you going on your cruise? Ooh. That sounds nice.
I delivered a life support capsule to the area.
We got married at a hospital.
Buy me more time.
My mom worked at one of the local hospitals, and they had a pretty little chapel. So my wife married me on my birthday. It was sort of a surprise. I hadn't planned it. But she had conspired with my mom, to, do the marriage thing. And, so we went out that morning for my birthday, and they're like, oh yeah, by the way, we're getting married. I'm like, oh, okay. We had talked about it for a long time. She kept going, are you sure you want to get married? Yeah, baby. Just figure out what you want to do, and we'll plan it and get it done, and, set a date. And she's really indecisive usually. So she hadn't told me anything. And she's like, well, happy birthday. We got a day planned for you.
Additional life support has arrived.
Need to have at least a witness, at least one. So somebody that's not. I think you have to have 2 witnesses here in my state. Excuse me, because my mom was a witness, and then I had to get a random lady leaving the hospital with her baby be our other witness. Then we went to the courthouse to get the paperwork that you have to sign. The clerk of courts. We went to the hospital to have the, priest do the thing. That was about it. Unless they spring it on you. Be like, surprise, motherfucker! I got you now, bitch! I just like the mental image of the girl. Like, he's mine now! Sorry. My brain is corrupted by all sorts of nonsense. In my head, there's a pretty girl who's like turns to the camera and then face swaps to like Chris Tucker or one of the like comedians. Is like, gotcha now, bitch. That's why I'm giggling like a madman. Sorry, I'm an idiot. Various dumb scenarios go through my head. Like what went to my head just a second ago was the like priest on the, you know, little platform. There's a man and woman in front of him. See, my head just elaborates on things and writes skits, and like turns to one and, you know, like the guy says, "Do you take this, you know, to be your lawfully wedded, you know, like wife or whatever?" It's like, "I do," and then turns to the girl and says, "Do you take this?" And she interrupts and turns to the guy and is like, "Gotcha now." You know? Sorry. The nonsense and stupidity. What you know, though, is like somebody else out there thinks just like everybody. So they'll do the same thing and they'll end up making like a TikTok or a YouTube or something. And then they'll produce it and it'll be funny. You know? Because nobody has original thoughts. We all have these same sort of monkey brain like ideas. Whether they're fully fleshed out, though, is different. Now, how far we pursue those ideas and like actually like think them through, because half the time we're like, "Oh, that's dumb," and then we like nip that little thought in the bud, and we're like, "Ooh, shiny." We get distracted by some peanuts or something. Let's see. How did I do? There was a gun girl in that one. Rotia. Yeah. Ocucore. That's a good gun. I wasn't paying too much of attention, so the other Comey outdid me. Still think I like my other build a little bit better. I did go in as rank 0. But I still had all my abilities, even if they weren't full strength. Let's see. If I switch to my fire build, the main one.
Service your weapons myself.
Okay, let's do that one. You in game tonight? Are you playing? I could check, but I figured I'd ask for that engagement. Looks like we have 2 Switch users. You looking forward to the 1999 tomorrow? I know it's just the demo, but we do get to play with the motorcycle and all tomorrow.
Panel operative hunts for supplies. Set off the alarms to start. The infested are releasing toxic spores into the area.
I informed the wife that there's a small update tomorrow in Warframe. So she can expect me to grab her boobies less. Less. I'll still go for them if they're presented. Bleh. Usually it's around noon Eastern time. They did the dev short today, and they talked about the demo comes out tomorrow. So they usually do that like lunchtime Eastern because they're on the same time as me, and that's usually like 11 to noon. Is usually when they do that. What was that thing I was supposed to do? Kill 19 enemies that are at least 20 meters away. Check.
Get ready for a capsule.
I think they did. I wasn't paying attention though. That guy's dead, isn't he? Did you just like not load in?
Life support capsule to the area. Activating it will buy you
Oop.
more time.
Well, too bad for you. Oh, it went backwards. It went forwards too.
Life support incoming. I've delivered another life support capsule.
Nice. Electricity status effect, huh? Well. Don't really have a lot of electricity stuff. This will do some electricity. I have killed 6 of them so far. That's 7. That's 10. That's 15. Need more enemies. Every third melee does toxin. Nice.
Extraction is available if you need it.
I really do like the things. Like killing enemies with headshots. I can do that. For me, like, I do like this build better than Hayden's build. Hayden's build is very good. So it depends on which way you like to play, but I like the additional challenges. They add additional fun to the mission, especially in a long mission. Like if I'm in a survival that we're going to continue playing, yeah, I can see the downsides. I wish that they gave her an augment that lets you pick one of 3. If they give you an augment that lets you pick one of 3, it's so good because then you can just kind of build what you want, right? And lets me have that fun of like while I'm playing, I get the additional challenges, right? Like add this to what you're doing, right? Like I didn't mind the whole, oh, I've got to kill them with my #1 ability so I can get the electric procs, right? And I'm like, oh, knowing that's a thing, I could have brought my electric weapon. It's like, oh, I should really, like, I'm going, oh, I need to make a different build for Kome. Like, knowing that's a thing, then I should have brought, like, if I'm going to play Kome, like, I should build, like, this would be a better build for her. Latrone is fine, Ferris is fine, but what I should do is my dual Icors. Aha. Those motherfuckers. Okay, so that should be her weapon. And then I would want yeah, that's fine. Encumber. Yeah, that's about fine. Okay, so that would be right now my loadout for Kome.
Buddhist finds it odd that humans only get a few years to live, yet spend most of that time
The shards I have on her are ability duration, some strength, equilibrium, armor, and casting speed. So they're kind of like all around shards. The armor puts her above 500. Latrone is on your wish. Yeah, it's a really good gun. So with one armor shard, you can, if you want to, like on your build path, take off flow, but I like Archon flow. The reason why I'm like you can on how you build take off flow is she'll end up when she's fully leveled with over 500 or excuse me, so if you see my energy right now, it's at 490, but my armor is 669. So if I take out Archon flow, I have 172. You're like, that's not a lot of energy for somebody with a negative efficiency. You don't have to have blessing on for the extra health because she has vitality on. So you can put on battery. So you gain energy for your armor. Okay, so with that, I have 373 energy. Okay, just because I have an armor of 669. So because you gain maximum energy per armor point, you could have up to 1,000 energy, and 300. And when I'm fully leveled on her, I'll have like around the same amount of energy as if I had flow. So since I have one armor shard, I have plenty of energy to do the build. With Equilibrium, I have like everything that I need. I'm always full. But I like having the bigger health pool from having the thing, so I just go ahead and have flow on. And flow gives me the whole like if I kill them with ice, they drop more you know, the energy orbs. So I use that one, and then I go with, it allows you to build differently, but it's not as necessary kind of thing. I go with blessing. I didn't check my damage on that last mission.
Your chosen Warframe suits you.
Yeah, I did a lot more damage on the last mission with my build than I did on the previous mission. And that was against like Volt, another Protea, so maybe not as good of Protea, and a Korra. 1%. Oh, that's terrible. So, like, she just makes her overall a lot tougher. With her, like, you know, they heal me instead of hurting me. She has a bigger health pool. As long as I make sure I keep this ability up, she's basically indestructible. I don't mind that she has a small shield. With having lots of health, nothing can kill her, basically. I don't even have damage reduction on her. And she's been a tank so far. Like, one of the times I was playing her, I got the whole, she gets damage reduction for the decrease she has. I'm like, oh, okay, well, that'll stack up after a while. Oh. Ooh. I just had a thought. I wonder what would happen in Duviri if you called her in, used her too. Because you can call in your Warframe in Duviri while you're running around, and then you could use her number 2 ability. That starts getting weird. I guess she's just better for doing. I haven't checked this week's. What do we have in the circuit this week? We got anything new? One installed, one owned, installed, owned. Nope, nothing new this week. That's sad. I don't want to have to go and buy them from what's it? Wow. MK1 kunai. I am not incarnating an MK1 weapon. You can just go fuck off with that. Wait. I guess the Vandal is the best you can do on this one.
Yo, hydrate my mans.
Can do act. Yeah, because isn't the Lotto Prime the one that came out with Excal Prime? Hello. If that's the case, then the Vandal is probably the best.
Hello there.
Hello there. Sorry.
Oh, you're fine. I'm the one that played the General Kenobi.
I use that at work like all the time. Every day that I work in, my coworker is like, hi. She always welcomes me, and in my head, every time she's like, good evening. She says good evening, and every time in my head, I always type back, hello there, and it's always Kenobi.
Of course, you have to say it. You're hearing it as General Kenobi.
Yeah. Half the time, well, not half. Like once a month, I'll just send the GIF image. That's one of the pictures you can hear.
Yeah.
One of the Discords I'm in, one of the girls posted Hercules is disappointed, and she knows that my username is from that show. So that's why she'll use like clips from Hercules. And a lot of the people have no idea that that show even exists, because they're like 12, and so I'm like, yeah, they have no idea what that sounds like. But for me, it's one of those pictures I can hear. I see it, and I just hear the sound. So I actually went and got a YouTube clip of it, did video editing on it, and cut it down and made an MP3, and then posted it on there so they knew what that GIF image sounded like. And then we had a discussion about bad actors. Because of Hercules.
I really should just farm a bunch of mother tokens.
Hey Jinx, do you know where my have you ever heard my story about where my username comes from? Because I want to tell the story. You need to farm mother tokens? I can take you to do that. That's an easy mission.
Yeah, I need like 1,000.
And I haven't tried it. Yeah, it's like 3 missions. That's quick and easy. It's 300 a mission.
For mother tokens?
Yeah. Yeah, you get 300 tokens a mission for mother. It's super easy. Let's
Which
see.
Frickin' one?
Hubris.
Because I was doing the bounty, and it was only giving me 186.
Yeah, maybe it's something like that, but it's pretty easy. They're pretty quick. It's a lot either way. Even if it's 186, it's just that's like 5 missions, and they're pretty quick. When I was younger, there was a TV show, Hercules' Legendary Adventures, with Kevin Sorbo, and it's Hercules, right? But the whole time he's traveling around with his sidekick Aeolus. Does that not sound a little familiar? I'm like, who's cooler here? The son of God or his sidekick, the mortal, right? That fights barehanded, right? Like a monk, and doesn't use any weapons and is completely squishy, right? And could just get one shot, but it goes on all of his adventures with them and is right there in every single one of his battles. Who's the real legend here? The guy that is super durable, super powerful, is the son of a god, has abnormal superhuman strength, or the mere mortal doing everything right alongside of him, fighting all the same things? I'm going, I think it's the regular guy and not the son of a god who is the real like hero here, because like he doesn't have the legendary resistances, right? But he's having to stick out all of the journey, having to walk just as far without having super endurance, right? That's why you love Batman? Yeah, because he's not like he doesn't have superpowers. So I'm like, I think the other guy is cooler, and he has a flashier combat style. So many, many years ago, I went to play a game called Final Fantasy XI, and I needed a name for the character. I'm gonna play a monk, and what's the coolest like fisted fighting character I know of? It's Aeolus, and I don't know how to spell Greek names, so I'm like Eolis, and I'm like, I don't want to be a straight ripoff of this guy, so I'm just gonna add an R there in the middle of it, right? So it's Aurelius. Now, come to find out, again, don't know how to spell Greek names, and people have corrected me. It's I, not an E. And then also Greek people have told me about who this character actually is, which is also quite of a story. So Aeolus did travel with Hercules, is actually Hercules' cousin, okay? Also Hercules' gay lover. Like, I did not know this. I was like, oh, questionable. Was mortal, of course. After Hercules went crazy and killed his children, he could not stand to look at his wife because she reminded him of when he suffered from madness and killed his own daughter, because his wife looked like his daughter, or his daughter looked like his wife. So since he loved his cousin Aeolus so much, he gave his wife to Aeolus. Is like, you take care of her, she's yours now. Like, the Greek myths are so fucked up. I'm like, wow, I didn't know any of this. I just watched a TV show when I was younger and thought it was cool. I was like, I didn't know.
Yeah. Greek mythology is kind of fucking bonkers.
Yeah. Like we were talking about it with somebody not too long ago, and they're like, Zeus tried to make out with a girl and she turned him down when he was in human form. So he made himself a horse and went back to her, and that was good enough for her, though. She was like, oh, that thing's huge. I'll do it now. I was like, whoa, these Greek myths are messed up.
She was just like, oh, hey, look, I'm massive.
Yeah. It's like, well, you're not a man, and that thing's huge, so I'll go for it now. I was like, what the hell, Greek? Oh, Lord. Those myths
like,
are
case in
fucked.
point. My name is based off of the Greek... based off of a Greek person, Actaeon.
Yeah. That one does seem Greek. That one looks like it's actually
E
probably
and the
spelled
A.
right. Oh, okay, so it's a little bit off. I think they could probably still be spelled right.
Just literally switch the E and the A, and you have the Greek name.
I'm gonna take Kome for this because I haven't tried her in one of these. Let's go down and see Mother. Okay, Knights of Netherlands.
69.
69? Can do.
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, I think I actually have a button for that.
It's just in my head.
I did at one point. I don't know if I have it
Nice.
anymore. Here it is.
Nice.
Are we going to do this on public or private?
I'm fine with public, honestly.
So am I.
Mother.
Makes things go faster.
And you are here to assist.
Yeah,
Like,
so
I have
it's
enough for
it's
my
150.
I think I have enough. Oh, that's base. I've been getting 186 if we get all of the
Yeah. So it's like
Oh, I need a lot more tokens than I thought. I'm only at 37.8 of 70, and then the 99,000 after that.
it's like you do the Reclaim What's Ours, the tier 5 mission. You could do the Steel Path version, but is it really worth it?
You may prove useful.
Because it's only 20 difference between the tier 5 versus the Steel Path tier 5. And you can get through the Reclaim What's Ours a lot quicker. Which way you want to go about it? I don't really care. It should be fine either way, but I think it's quicker to do.
Steel path. The steel path gives more, right?
It's 20 more, but I think the amount of time difference, you can quicker bust out the regular tier 5 over doing the steel path tier 5.
I mean, it's up to you. You're going to be mostly hard carrying, anyways.
I'm playing Comey, so we can try it out and see.
Yeah, I've just been hopping in on public on the steel path. I mean, if you think we doing the non-steel path it will be quicker timeline
Let's try
wise,
one
then...
and see. Let's see what you think. We're on the non-steel path. It's basic 130.
131
instead of 100. Yeah, 131 instead of 150. But the enemies are way lower level. I think my pet can
my
defeat all
last
these.
steel path run, we failed one because people were too busy trying to not do the actual objective, and it was the very quick tumor one where you only had like 3 minutes. And I'll just go light everything on fire.
I do have the intent to do that.
All right, I brought out miniature rocket launchers. Oh, I need to get stagger. Oh, we probably want fast for this.
These things are hard to grab onto.
Now place the materials in the vessel and start the infusion process. This will lure infested to the area. Kill them near the vessel to finish concocting the bait.
Oh, my dinner should be here any second.
Nice.
Speaking of, they just knocked on my door.
Ah. Go get it.
If the infested are eliminated too far from the vessel, this will not work. Only infested that are terminated in proximity to the vessel contribute to the infusion. Bait successfully deployed.
Omnoms received.
Eliminated to fulfill mission parameters. Confirmed target is down. They must just fractionally improve this odds of survival. Parameters exceeded. Well done, Penny. In my
Okay.
Researcher Latrox has agreed to assist our reclamation efforts.
Okay.
Protect him while he conducts the necessary survey.
Shot still an extra 40% corrosive. Yes, please.
More space. My question is, does that apply to your, do your decrees apply to your necromet? The two.
I have no idea.
You must commence with the science.
Yeah, there's a bunch of stuff to like science with this frame. Oh, no. Stay here. Huzzah! Ay, 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 ay.
No.
It will be necessary to clear the area hostile infested before any positive inroads can be made to reclaim. Hive located. Destroy it with weapon fire. That's got their attention.
That was dead.
Wait, what? I will, Lloyd. I'll happily nuke it. I've never been able to figure out how to actually get the tumor to expose itself.
You have to kill enough enemies around it. So.
Ah.
Alright. Here we go.
Area cleared. We should locate another hive.
Okay, Otak. I think I even have radiation on my weapon.
Infestation activity has dropped to virtually zero.
It's dead.
Speedy resolution. Efficiently done. Now
Hey,
Yeah,
we
but
got
Zaku.
Zaku.
unimpeded.
And we're at 81 so far.
There's a cache nearby. Maybe see if you can open it.
You will need to release the cache before we can access it. damage that grows. Interesting. There is a sporoidal barrier protecting the infestation.
Okay, weak point kills create 10-meter field. Nice.
You cannot breach the infestation from outside its protective barrier.
Okay, so we follow the little orby thingies. Kill the infested tumors.
Detectives, these tumors are maintaining a grip on the cache. You will need to burst them.
I'm bursting them. Is that all of them? I got 2.
I found one.
No harm can be inflicted from outside the infested barrier.
Got it.
Proceed inside. Well, that was unpleasant. Still, you're done.
Okay, Noble Prime keeps going down. Where are they running?
I don't know.
Noble Prime 2988. They keep going down. It's like the third time this mission.
Too late, man. Like, not supposed to massacre it. Well, then why was it here?
Proximity to the base location. Once I reactivate the dormant elements, the infested will attempt to prevent.
They don't want to get massacred, they shouldn't show up.
Wait, what?
They don't want to get massacred, they shouldn't show up.
Who?
The enemies and the animals.
Ah, yeah. I've gotten a few tags that way.
The infested appear to see this as a territorial dispute. They are not backing down.
They're on top.
No, they are not, because I just went up there.
They're right here.
Burn, 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 grateful ring of fire.
Ah, you had curry too, huh?
Oh, no, I'm talking about using the Ignis. I fly around in circles and I burn things. It's a grateful ring of fire.
You have eliminated more than half of them.
I always wondered if
Now I
that song
want
was about
curry.
him having curry.
Now I want some curry, damn it.
Can be good.
I blame you.
It's worth it.
Oh,
Like, I'll take it.
I'm almost out of ammo. Dr. Ammo Pizza. If you need ammo, come over here.
I need my girl to drop energy, honestly. All the enemies are outside of my circle.
I got energy here for you.
And I dropped a pad too.
You're not gonna run out of energy anytime soon.
Burning a ring of fire.
Multitasking sucks. 'Cause I'm trying to open my pizza and breadsticks. While also not getting completely raffle stomped here. Oh, we have a Necros.
Okay, that one's done. That was another 53 tokens.
Oh, we're at 31 over projected.
So
Yeah, we're not even done with the last one
160.
yet.
I think that was the last one, right?
Nope, we got one more.
You sure?
Maybe?
I think that was the last one. Burning ring of fire.
That tranquilizer will stop the infestation in its tracks. The best estimate to me,
Okay.
we can decide what happens next.
So we can go back to another one. Now the question is, how long did that take in comparison to like the normal missions?
Shaved about 5 minutes off.
So if we can do that one twice, then
Overall, I think it'd be faster to do that one, yeah.
that's the way I normally do it. It's like if we get, let's see, how many mother tokens did we get? 161 mother tokens, right? So we're 20 less because you got like 180, right, for the other one.
186.
So we're like 25 less than the other one. But if it takes half the amount of time, then we can do that one twice in the amount of time that you do the other one, right? Because if it was 5 minutes less, hold on, and the mission only took, and it took 15 minutes, so you can't do it twice. So if we let's do this.
In all honesty, it's probably better to do that one because if we get
And
randos and
I'm just going to put it on just friends. It'll be an easier mission with less people as well. And we don't have to leave to do the mission again. We can queue it up from out there if we don't have randoms going to the board and leaving. You know what I mean? And like wanting to leave.
yeah,
Report back with your results.
I'm just gonna do a quick.
Because zoning out and zoning back in over and over again takes more time too.
I'm just swapping everything, doing a little bit of swapping around before we go back out.
Yeah, that's fine.
It's like Nova's fine for it. It's just the Ignis was not doing enough
Yeah.
damage for my liking.
Serve us well. Locating and securing one of these places will help the reclamation. Lloyd can give you the details.
Plus, he can pretty much solo, so I can kind of eat as well.
Yeah.
With an enchanted base installation in this region. See if you can.
Are you gonna look for the old base near here? I'd love to see it again.
I have detected a hive nearby. Shoot to destroy it.
Okay, now that they're good and bad, hope you're ready.
Can I do this? Hell yeah! I said I probably should have gone with Excal Umbra. Just so we can have extra damage going around. Oh well.
All hostiles down. Move on and destroy the next hive. I have detected a hive nearby. Shoot to destroy it.
Okay, now that they're good and bad, hope you're ready.
You can't kill those. Those are on our side.
Like those ones are?
Yeah, the ones that are screaming and flying around, those are on our side. I activated this challenge here. It's just a sucky one. It would drop a whole bunch of cool resources and stuff, but this one sucks.
They're all tuckered out. Let's go find some more playmates, yeah?
Hive located. Destroy it with weapon fire. That's the spirit engine. Hostiles incoming.
Have you ever done those challenges much?
No.
So they're really good for the resources for this place. You can actually get like everything you need to build all of the stuff from out here in like a few minutes.
Really?
Yeah, you just have to find the right ones. There's a bunch of the challenges out here, and knowing how to do them is important. That one doesn't work very well. It's been busted forever. But each one of them has a different like thing that it does. One of them will like slow the enemies. It does like a wave. The enemies are slowed. Once they're slowed, you kill them with your Tenno. And they drop a bunch of resources. Then one is it creates those little screamy guys, and then they go after the enemies. That one sucks because you have to wait until they hit the screamy guys hits them before you can like kill them with your Tenno. And the screamy guys like are kind of terrible, and they don't do any damage, and they suck. So it sucks. I don't recommend it at all. So that one doesn't work very well. And I'm out of the difficult mode for this. Which sucks for getting it incarnate. So note to self, I need to change my primary mode to the status effect mode.
So do we need to go back
No.
after this one?
I'm just working on my Kome build. And
Gotcha.
nope. And I don't have any time to carry my combo counter over because I don't have on dexterity.
Use the vessel to begin infusing the bait. This will lure infested to the area. Kill them near the vessel to finish concocting the bait.
Man, that doesn't grab. That was 4.
The main event has arrived. Here's your chance. Kill the target. Confirm target is down. Deimos just fractionally improved its odds of survival. Parameters exceeded. Well done, Tenno. In my defense, there was no indication of a second entity, let alone one so unpleasant.
Well, that was a ways off.
The infestation is protecting itself with a sort of barrier membrane. Move inside the barrier before attempting to damage the infestation.
Alright, where's the guys? This way. That's one.
God, stupid fucking screamers.
Yes. Don't think you caught that.
I heard you.
Coming. Don't think I'm gonna make it in time. Ooh, 1 second. Like, I think I was at like a half a second there. Did you see that?
Yes.
Very good. Now we shall see what the cache holds.
Wow, you were quick. So quick, I reckon you saved more of the box contents.
If they latch onto you, dodge roll.
The cash to lure that humongous thing
I
out.
had like 4 latch on me in a
Dodge
row.
roll to get them off.
Researcher Latrox Ooh. has agreed to assist our reclamation efforts. Please protect him while he conducts the necessary survey.
Someone's here. I'm safe. Wait. We're here to help.
Sure, we're totally here to help.
I was expecting to get my hand bitten off at any moment. While you're here, can you help me collect some? Just a few, and then we're gone. I swear. I swear, if you're planting good, I'll find you some. There's one. Pick it up, quick. Lovely. Think we can get a few more?
Fuck that fish.
That one
Fuck
did
that fish.
specifically. 30% melee attack speed on critical hit. Yes, please. Come down here. Yeah, I really need Dex on. These things just can't survive for me to get a combo counter up. Kill 18 enemies that are 20 meters away. If there was any enemies, I would. They're all dead. And they're all too afraid to get close. Show their faces. There's no enemies anywhere. Cowards. Oh, wait, we have to click on them. Not their fault, we're just idiots.
Always tools infected, so keep me safe if you wouldn't mind.
Need a penis monster.
Hmm?
Need a penis monster. You seen one anywhere?
I'm sorry, what?
I need a penis monster. You seen one anywhere?
No.
Really? Okay, hold on. I'll point one out next time we find one. I know you've seen them. They're everywhere here. Not right now. Okay, Chip. Okay, is that or is that not a penis monster?
Oh, yeah, those things.
That is, if I have ever seen one, a hairy penis monster. So if you shoot them in the tip of their penis, that's a weak spot and it'll charge up your incarnate. Shoot the penis monster in the head, and then it goes limp. So, like, I have incarnates, I need to charge them up. And they have such a big head on the tip of their penis that it's easy to charge up your incarnates on them. I mean, this whole place out here is just like, you know, genital mutilation city.
I mean, you're not wrong.
You've got, like, you know, crabs running around and, like, herpes and syphilis, just attacks, you know. Penis monsters. You got cloaca doors. You know what a cloaca is, right?
It's what the birds have.
Yeah, it's what avians pee, poop, and give birth from. And it has teeth. It's scary. I like the sentience, because at least they have vagina doors. Like, we're gonna make our doors like at least, you know, nice. Speaking of which, I gotta remember that. I'm gonna steal something from this game. "36 enemies while airborne." Yes.
You know I'm gonna have to do this like 8 more times, right?
Sure. I'm okay with that.
It gives you more time to.
Yeah, get more and more powerful. That's the reason why I'm here. I'm leveling her up. See, if we don't leave, then I don't lose the stacks, and I get to do the challenges, right?
There are strong connections across the network.
Yep.
Reclamation is a success.
Oh man, you made that look easy. They won't be back anytime soon.
Hell, I might be able to get the Fluctus fully maxed out, and as well as the mini rocket launchers I have.
Okay, was that all of them? What are we at now? Yeah, 161. So that was all of them. So now we go to this one right over here should do it.
In 14.
So it was a little bit quicker. We don't have to go inside.
Yes, there are bounties, if you have the interest.
Here we go. We do this one. We have any more? We have like 3 different versions of this bounty. We can do cleanse the land for science or just core samples. So we have, they're all basically the same mission. I mean, for science just sounds, you know. Search Deimos for valuable geological core samples. The great thing about this is since they're all 131 each, we can figure out which one's the fastest.
Yeah, let's do it. I think Cleanse the Land is the one that we just did.
Uh-huh. All right, powerful infested entity has been found. Yeah, you want to do for science? Help a stranded Corpus agent with his mission and bring an infested prophet. Blah, 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 blah.
For science.
For science.
Therefore, not a war crime.
Sure.
Agent, Latrox Oon, has run into difficulties amid the Grey Strain. Latrox is useful at times.
I suggest eliminating infested in the vicinity to secure bait.
I mean, it's probably going to be the exact same missions, just in a different order. Get my guns charged.
Looks like this penis needs a little blue pill.
You know, I was talking about that with the wife earlier. I'm surprised no one's ever made the generic version with the better name. My cock's a flopping. Like, isn't that just the perfect name for that? Like, as a generic version?
That sounds like the exact drug, not like any brand or...
Yeah, you know? Like, somebody needs to make that as a generic version, right? Like, got a problem? Take my cock's a flopping. No longer have that problem.
Prescription not required.
It originally, by the way, it's a Robin Williams joke. That's not a me thing. And it was before Viagra was a thing.
That does sound like Robin Williams.
Yeah, it's before Viagra was a thing. He came up with my cock's a flopping. And I'm like, dude, that's just perfectly named.
To fulfill mission parameters.
Hey, I got the scan off before it died.
Oh, sorry.
Oh no, you're fine. I have a
16
Helios
enemies while
on,
wall
so-
latch. This is always my hardest one. Because there's not a lot of great places to wall latch out here.
Impressive. Is the next step by any chance saving me?
Is the next step by any chance saving me? Hello? Could you perchance, like, not let me die?
Nah.
I don't know there, fella. You're a core peepee.
It establishes a harmonic with local fauna in order to extract data.
Nope, it's not a wall lat grab. This is...
Purifier operational. Prevent any infested from interfering with it.
What am I up to? 14 kills. Got it. Critical melee hits. 50% more melee damage. Woo!
This is the style of mission I absolutely hate.
What's that?
We have to collect samples.
Let's just kill everything.
No, we have to go out and actually click on the
Oh,
things.
yeah, we have to click on the things. You're right.
Shit.
Hoopy. I mean, once you learn where they are, then it's pretty easy to, like, do it again. I'll turn this one in. You ready?
Yeah.
Okay. We went the same direction. No. Ah.
Yeah, this is the one I usually don't get the bonus on if I ever try these.
Okay. I'm gonna turn one in. You ready?
Yep.
Here we go.
Fine harvest indeed. The information received exceeds
We got the bonus. Hey, I actually got a 7 times combo up that time. Well, come save me. Over here.
I have detected a hive nearby. Shoot to destroy it.
It's not a war crime if it's for science.
Sure. Lyrics from the end song of Portal were going through my head there.
Wait, what's? Have not been paying attention to your chat.
No, nothing new in chat. You were like, for science is not a war crime if it's for science, but that kind of reminds me of the attitude from the company in Portal.
Aperture Science.
Aperture Science, yeah. So in my head, like the lyrics at the end are like, there's lines like "for all the people who died," and it's like, so that like ending song was going through my head. Ah, I'm stuck.
It's like I have enough to get Max standing with a little duck too, and it's like I just have to be patient and wait like a few days.
All right, that one's done.
Well, if I'd had you around, I never would have gotten into this mess. Keep looking, Teller. I think you're close. I think you maybe stumbled on some sort of nest. There's a lot more infested.
Protect the immediate area from incursion. The infested appear to see this as a territorial dispute. They are not backing down. Infested casualty rate has topped 50%.
At least I'm slowly working on my Xmas kills.
Bleh. Thought you were an enemy for a moment there.
I kept trying to shoot your cat because I thought it was an enemy.
Yeah, I have a lot of them, so that can happen.
Is there another freaking ship up there?
Not that I'm seeing, but there are enemies up there.
It's your perimeter. You're almost to me. Don't stop now.
A crushing and comprehensive
Yeah, nobody's breaching my perimeter there, fella.
appetite for now.
You made it. Oh, I could kiss those scary metal feet of yours.
Scary metal feet of yours.
There you are. Oh, sacrifice.
Monsters.
There. That one dropped a sample. Grab it. Perfect. Now we need to grab some more samples. Just to be sure.
You still need a nip to tip?
More than enough. I'm in your debt, my gargantuan little friend. This is the card I have. When I upload the data, the infested will undoubtedly come sniffing about. Do not let them interfere.
Where does it do that? There he is.
And that, my friend, is a clean sweep. All samples uploaded, I'm going to lie down.
Congratulations, Tenno. As I said, Oon has his uses. The sample data he just sent, for example, is
All right.
acceptable.
So that was 13 minutes for that one. And we got another, we're at 322, so another 161. So that last one was 13 minutes. So a little bit quicker. Okay.
Oh, you get 1,000 more.
It'll happen. Ooh, status effects deal double damage. Nice.
That's not broken at all.
Yep. What is this thing? Is there something underneath me? I don't know. I got a weird icon on the map up here, like a tower and an angel or something. I don't know. Doesn't tell me what the icon is. I ain't got no flipping idea, man. It's okay. I just head over here to the exclamation mark because I know that's a mother.
There is so much to be done.
Okay.
on Deimos.
So we just did for science. We have brute force and core samples. I don't think we've done brute force. That's to help the squad of Grenier soldiers kill stuff.
I'll help if I accept.
You know,
Grenier
A little bit.
may be unsavory, but ultimately they are not the infested, and we need all the help we can get. Kindly locate and assist a stranded squad of Grenier. Rest assured.
you know what mother's name is?
Grenier's fully
Finding the parts necessary to make a bait should not be too hard. Take down a few infested and look for parts.
I can't even hit. There we go. Finally hit that guy. You know mother's name?
Not offhand.
Go Mitru. What a name. Oh, I just pulled a... I got a free thingy. My first shot after reloading is like balls. Does great damage. Free one. That's a thing I would not pick on my own. Ah. I think we talked about grandmother's name, right?
Nope.
You know what grandmother's name is?
Nope.
Grandmother doesn't have one. Because she gave it away to live. It was a bargain she made with a Warframe, so the Warframe didn't kill her. She gave the Warframe her name. So she no longer has a name. Do you know what Warframe she gave her name to was?
Lavos.
Nope. Decent guess. She gave her name to Dagoth. Grandmother's name used to be Dagoth. So do you know Dagoth's backstory?
I did the mission, I just don't remember anything.
She was a sex slave.
I guess that explains the whole interface.
Well, the whole interface is because her Orokin masters are like, we want to reward you for being a really good sex toy for us. But, you know, we're Orokin and we're super important. So you can't, like, care more for it than us because we're your masters. So don't do anything ever to, like, you know, put it above us. Okay? So we're going to give you a horse. Okay? So she gave it a name, which showed that she cared about her pet, her one gift that she was ever given as a sex slave. And they're like, oh, you did what? You cared for the thing more than you care for us? Fuck you. We're going to kill your horse. And we're going to kill you.
Where do you start collecting?
Oh, yeah. Okay, that's this one.
Yep.
Okay. I'm going in this direction. So they...
Damn it. I went the same direction again.
So they killed her, but they're like, but now we miss our sex slave. So they turned her into a Warframe. But you know what's more fucked about that? They were bored. Because, you see, it's taboo for an Orokin to have, like, carnal relations with, like, a non-Orokin, right? So that's what made it sexy and fun, was that she was a slave, right? And not an Orokin. So as soon as she was a Warframe, there's nothing wrong with having sex with a vibrator, right? She was just a machine. So they're like, oh, well, we're bored with this.
Throw one in.
Yeah, I'm gonna put one in. So like, now we're bored with this. So they burned a hole. They tried to destroy the war machine by burning a hole in its head. Okay, and then they threw her away. But the ghost of the horse brought her back. And now she was pissed, and she was like, I'm gonna go kill them motherfuckers. So Dagoth the Warframe went on a rampage to kill Orokin along with the other Warframes that were doing the same thing. And of course, she was an unnamed sex slave, you know. So she, if you're ready, I'll put another one in. You ready?
Yeah. Yep.
I think I put one in. I'll try to put another one in then. There we go. I put one in that time.
Giggity. Apparently, you don't need my cocks flopping.
No.
I apologize for nothing.
I got a 5 that time.
I was only able to get 4.
Not bad. Here, drop one off.
Well, I mean, we only need 2 more. So, one more now. Boop, got it.
Me too.
Okay, that icon's gonna get annoying as hell. I'm gonna go take care of this.
Alright, cool. So, Dagoth met her on her rampage, killing Orokin during the war thing, and was like, look, I have a family. I have a daughter. she's getting married. Like, I don't want to die. I'll give you my name. If you let me live. And that's how the unnamed sex slave turned Warframe, turned discarded by her Orokin masters, seeking revenge, got her name. D writes some fucked up stories.
Need to unlock a melee ribbon. I just realized I got one from the Nightwave.
Ah. Did you hear about DE Steve being a little depressed, a little bit sad?
No.
So they have a game called Soulframe. So just recently, Axis, I think, came out with Metaphor.
I'm still waiting for Soulframe to actually become a thing.
I mean, it's a game. It is possible people are playing it. So Metaphor recently came out.
They finally got it working?
I mean, people are playing it. It's closed beta, okay?
Ah.
So you have to have an invite. Okay. So here's the thing. Basically everything that is in Soulframe, you can do in the open, not closed beta game of Metaphor. He's like, every idea I've ever had for Soulframe, you can play right now in Metaphor. He's like, what am I going to do? Like, just like, do they have a corporate spy? And he's like, no, it's probably just more that they're ripping off the same source that I'm ripping off. Like, literally. They're like, what am I going to do? Their next game was just published by somebody else. It's like, that's kind of the downside of running your own engine versus using like an easy to do engine to where you just take an asset grab and make another game with an asset grab versus running your own engine. Like, you can pump out like 100 clones of, Angry Bird, because all you have to do is use an already existing engine and make an asset grab. You know what I mean?
No, you cannot breach the... You cannot breach the infestation from outside its protective barrier. The infected substrate has formed tumors anchoring the cache. Blast them free.
That should be enough. Try and break open the box again.
Excellent. You should be able to retrieve the cache now.
Casting abilities boost movement speed by 100% for 5 seconds. Woo! I get fast, yo.
Additional cache contents should prove invaluable. An impressive victory, Tenno. Sadly, the cache itself gives us no clues about Grenier, although the resources it contains are always welcome. I have a positive fix on the Grenier. Please don't miss it.
Oh, I got time for about like one or two more.
All right. Whole missions or parts of missions?
Whole.
All right, cool. That's a good wow.
Yeah, I do have to be a somewhat responsible adult.
Never.
So I said somewhat. I love some of the ancients in the orbit with the with a hammer.
I mean, the Grineer are trying to put up a good defense, and they have like, you know, 3% of the damage.
And then there's us.
Yeah, well, they're up to 6 now. Good job, guys.
I think we're gonna get the bonus.
Maybe a little bit. Here we go.
I'm sure that the Grineer will
Yeah, I think one more.
12 minutes, 55 seconds, so 13 minutes again.
all non-infested are allies, and we need allies.
Of the ocean. Let's see, where's the nearest mama?
Up here?
I don't know. I got one over here. Here's an exclamation mark.
And what the hell is this purple thing?
That's the race car. That's Gammy. Core samples. We haven't done that one yet.
It is vital that we gain a proper understanding of the infestation on Delos.
So the purple thing is a race, and Gamma is the vent kid representative out here.
This would be a great help to me.
I haven't even touched any of that shit.
It's good. So close and not dead yet. We kill infested. You kill infested. See who's best. Yeah?
Oh, it's another one of these. We just did this. You guys lost.
I keep forgetting that I actually switched out Nova's 3.
The door isn't necessary. It's fun, but it's not necessary.
It's more of a trolling thing.
Yeah.
That's why I swapped it out. Yeah, I decided Warcry would be a better. Granted, it's not a big boost at only 101%.
Floor's pretty good.
Contact our corporate friend Lacrosse. He can help you get a core sample if you protect him.
Not the kind of people one can really fail.
I wish I had more duration, though. Not gonna lie.
A Nova duration is super important.
But only 14 seconds of Warcry is kind of limiting.
Okay. I think we clicked on him.
I did. Oh, sorry, 26 seconds.
Alright. Huzzah!
Fox has collected a number of samples on our behalf. Well done, Tenno. There is an apex infested in this area that you'll need to deal with before you... In order to proceed, you will now need to gather materials.
Each shot gains corrosive. Each stack of corrosive, I gain more armor. Okay, so a lot more armor for me. Because my shots do corrosive, and then my my ability does corrosive randomly.
Successfully deployed. The desired target is approaching. Eliminate it to fulfill mission parameters.
He did.
Flawless victory. Well, effective anyway. The target is no more. Taking down the apex alone would have been sufficient. Just had to prove yourself. Proximity alert. Eliminate local infested aggressors in order to procure a core sample. I have detected a hive nearby. Shoot to destroy it. That's got their attention. Hostiles incoming. Area cleared. We should locate another hive. Hive located. Destroy it.
Let's see if this one still sucks.
Infested activity spiking.
Yep.
They will be upon you soon.
All right, on to the next one. Core sample.
Other core samples, I have detected a high concentration of resources in this area. Dispatching excavator units for exploitation.
Okay. We have to defend this thingamabobber.
I guess I'll take one while you take another.
Sure.
And hopefully they don't drop a third, because then we'll have to just kind of swap between the three.
An excavator has lost power. Reinitiated with a locally procured power source. Excavator back online. Continue protection and monitoring.
Ooh, kill enemies that are close to me. Yeah, I can do that.
Ah, you weren't in range.
Yeah, I want you and you.
Excavator has completed its digging cycle.
Heading down to sea.
There, go nuts with your melee. Just turn yourself into a blender.
My melee actually kills things that are further away than 10 meters. I just need is a lot of enemies. Yeah, as long as you're holding it down and we can get them in fast, that would be great.
Incoming.
Well, that was done. Up to 34 at 56. Want to do another one?
I believe we're done here.
No, that's it for me tonight.
Okie dokie.
That'll get me pretty damn close to finishing it out. I'll just have to do like 1 or 2 runs some other day. I don't have enough to get max standing.
Yeah, I'm like, you just tell people like run one of these a day, and until they max out their city, because it gives you.
It puts me at
tons of
1078 of 1312 that I need.
I'm gonna go see
And then
Yami and trade some tokens.
Have you been scamping? Let you and I have a chin. Oh well, can't be helped.
Yeah, I have 3,356 mother tokens. I can trade
yeah,
330 per day. So I can do that mission like 2 or 3 times and then it's like, I'm done.
May you have much joy of it.
May you have much joy of it.
Goodbye, dear. I'll see what else I can unearth for you.
so I'm gonna go talk to Sun. No, it means I need to get like. I'm not looking forward to this. Now let's at least get. There, I can at least get the tag I need.
I imagine you're at Sun, but it shows you not at Sun. You're at Sun right now, right?
No, I'm at Father.
It doesn't show you at Father. It shows you in the middle hallway.
Well, I mean, I was fast traveling, so.
So you should be here.
No, my grandmother.
Gammy? Yeah, it still shows you in the middle hallway. That's a weird. I'm at Gammy now. Here you are. I'm shaking my bow. That's definitely wiggle. Have you ever seen the hidden credits in here?
No.
Come this way. Okay, we're gonna go over to this little railing here. We're gonna jump up on top of it. And you're gonna squat and you're gonna jump and double jump at the top to get up on top of this pillar. Do you see the little DE? In the back corner?
Oh.
Press X. You're in for the credits.
Oh, shit.
They hide secrets all over the place in all the different boards. This is one of them. These are all the developers that worked on this area and the models and the decorations and the design for this zone.
Nice.
So you can just escape to get back out of it. But it's the names of all the people that are credited for. Every zone has one of these. Like all of the cities has one of those hidden in it to give credit to the people who worked on it.
I remember right, DE is based in London, Ontario, right?
Yep. They're Canadians.
I was actually just there earlier today.
Ah. Are you Canadian?
No, I delivered a bus to
Ah.
2 buses in the greater London area, actually.
Were they on a truck, or how do you deliver a bus? Do you just drive it there?
Yep.
Hmm. Not a bad gig, I imagine.
That's not bad. I'm kind of burnt out.
Do you deliver a lot of buses to different places?
Recently, yes. But I am going to go ahead and hop on off and go to bed.
Get
Be
some
a
rest.
Somewhat responsible adult. Ugh.
Sure.
Good night.
You have a good one. I'm gonna try not to jump off my map. There we go. Platform achieved.
This, operator? Is that a pun? I will attempt to bypass this fault.
You still out there, Jinx? A long way to travel to the platform. I'll be back. Let's see. While I'm AFK, let me put back on something to listen to. It was a little long. Let's finish up with Ross from earlier.
If you know what your opponent's deck has, like you know what the meta is, you know all this stuff, you can make like very educated decisions. Whereas like, okay, if he has this card and this card, I'm in trouble here. He's already used this many of this card, so that means that the statistical probability of them having this is much lower, etc. Like, what can this deck do and what can it produce if I make this decision? Right?
I'll be right back.
And a good player, and if you're a good player, like I was pretty good at like Digimon, which is lame to say, but I was. You very much know what your own deck does. You should know what your deck does in and out, and you can like kind of infer what the correct answer to the problem is, right? So like you can run some numbers in your head or whatever like that, but generally speaking, there is one line of play that you should probably take. You can take a couple of risks and deviate from that if and when you think it might be necessary. Sometimes you have to, like Pokemon, if your cards get prized or whatever that you need. I saw like a picture on Twitter of some Japanese guy who had all 4 of his Droopies for his Dragapult deck get prized, which means he cannot win because Dragapult is the boss monster and you need to evolve into it. So yeah, but yeah, it's really, really interesting. But yeah, as I say, like if you're good at card games, there's RNG, but like generally speaking, you'll know your deck well enough to be able to account for that eventuality. And of course, the opponent has as much chance of like bricking their hand as you do. So, but TFT is a little bit harder. It's a little bit more like poker because like there's no such thing as a bad matchup in TFT because you're playing against 7 other people that are all building different things and contesting things and going for different things, and there's just so many variables that can come into play in a game. Like you can't try and counterpick someone in a TFT game. I mean, you could later on, but early on in the game, it doesn't work because like, you know, you're going to be up against some other person who's got a completely different build to that person 6 out of the 7 other times, you know? So anyway, gambling's... No, I'm joking. It's whatever. We love gambling. Udyr is not getting fun, I think. Why's that? Why is Udyr not getting fun? Oh. Just stop and smell the roses, darling. This guy just wants to die with no consequence. Well, it's not going very fucking well for him. He's 2-6, isn't it? More about counterbows, less about counterbows, more about the unit placement. Yeah, I mean, yeah, sure. No one wants strong. Like, let's be fair. In poker, they don't nerf like the royal flush, right? They don't, you know, they don't. I don't know. Let's see. And man, if they nerf shit in poker, I'd go ape shit, man. I'm not gonna lie. Daniel Negreanu, Phil Hellmuth, Phil Ivey, they hold a press conference. They're like, guys, we've done it. We've nerfed full houses. We're buffing full houses. We've nerfed straights. We're buffing flushes to now be better than full houses. Royal flushes have now been, you know, just take everybody's money on the table. We've added a new card, the chef, below the jack, above the 10. That would go raw, man. That would go raw. That would go pretty hard. Add some Battlefield jokers. So true, so true, so true. To be fair, that would go raw. I wouldn't mind some new cards in poker, if I'm honest. Hey, goodbye. That was the perfect amount of shield. How much HP do I have? It shields me for 94, and I had 80 HP left. Holy moly. What the fuck? I did not think that was gonna save my life. The thing is, like, people told me, like, I like Balatro for sure, but people were like, you're gonna love it because you love poker, and I'm like, it's nothing like poker. It is like literally, apart from like the hands, like, you know, the hands that you make in it, but certainly it's not quite the same for sure. It's fun though, I appreciate it. But to call it a poker roguelike would be possibly a bit disingenuous, but I still like it. I don't know what the fuck it is, if not a poker roguelike, but at the same time. Ah, bitch. Piece of cake. This is cooking now, actually. I think I go Profane Hydra next. Let's grab Profane. I kind of want the Brutalizer. Is that crazy? Is that meant? I should have just gone Tiamat, but like, I kind of wanted the Brutalizer, man. I think Brutalizer sucks, but something about it. Something about it was like sparking joy within my soul. Poker is the most pay-to-win game ever. Like, that is so fucking true. Like, you're so right for that. You're so real. Wow! Okay. I didn't need to flash that, man. It just felt right. Yes! Wow, they surrendered straight up, man. They were not fucking around there, were they? That was a great game. I had a great time.
Victory.
Very fun. Very fun, said the Kane, man. My god. Wait, have they already nerfed Storm Surge? Apparently they haven't. Saying so, man. Everybody's getting an honor. That was a clean game. I knew, dude, after that last game, I was like, this is gonna be different. This game's a different game. This game's gonna be different. That cog fucking disintegrated, man. All I did was farm, talk, and occasionally shred someone. And that's exactly what I needed. That's exactly what I needed right now, man. Oh, baby. Well, anyway, regardless, thank you so much for watching. Suggest some other fun builds in the comment section below. I'd really appreciate it. If you're new to the channel, subscribe, give the video a like, and check out twitch.tv/RossBoomSocks if you want to join some of our games. Have a wonderful day. Thank you for letting me spend some time with you today, and take care. See you tomorrow. Bye.
not. Good looking picture there, though. Hmm.
This is Earn Brew. Everywhere in the world, Coca-Cola is the most popular soda, they say, except for in Scotland, where it's Earn Brew, which is true. Earn Brew is the most popular soda in Scotland, and in fact, it comes from Scotland. It's not like some weird case where, like, they adopted some soda from some other place. No, it's a Scottish original, and it is famously weird. I've been challenged to try it many times in the comments, and I've really been looking forward to it. I've never had it before. I've been told this is very divisive. Now, caveats. I love Moxie. I think the Moxie soda and the episode I did on it was a lot of fun. I also really like Beverly, which is available only at Epcot and the Coke Museum in Atlanta, except for very soon here. I'm going to be making my own version of it, both of which are famously divisive. They're famous for being hated. They're famous for being loved, but by a special crew of people. And I believe that Earn Brew is very similar in that I think it's very famous for being loved by the Scotch and by very few other people. I don't know what else to say except that it's supposed to be weird, and here we go. Oh, I should give you this. United Kingdom. You guys have strange labels to my eye. I don't know what that means. It has 264 kilojoules of energy. Oh, calories? I don't know. It's got no fat.
Pretty much.
It's got no saturates. It's 15 grams of sugar in a 330 milliliter can, which my math suggests is 4.5%, but I feel like I'm doing my math wrong today. So we're gonna let the text on the screen tell us how much percentage that is. I don't know. I can't figure that out right now. Here we go. Earn Brew. Should I drink it from the can? No. Let us be refined and civilized. This stuff is orange. That is Tang orange. Look at that. I mean, it is genuinely the same color as the can. I'm impressed. Here we go. Earn Brew. It tastes like bubblegum. That's weird. It's not nearly as weird as people said it was going to be, but I am surprised it's as popular as it is. It tastes like bubblegum. And actually, it's funny. It kind of reminds me of Fentimans makes a dandelion and burdock soda. This kind of reminds me of that. It does have a slightly bitey aftertaste. There's no way that's 4% sugar. My math is off. That's got to be 10 or plus % sugar. That's pretty sweet. I like it. It's quite bubblegummy though. It's very bubblegummy. That is the main tasting note that I get from it. I don't know if they sell different bubblegum in Scotland, and that in Scotland, if you grew up in Scotland, maybe you would say, no, that doesn't taste like bubblegum. That tastes like whatever. But to me, it tastes bubblegummy. So the other two sodas I mentioned that people famously don't love, Beverly, Moxie, if you've had either of those, this doesn't really compare. It's not the same category of soda. This is more citrus bubblegum without any bittering agents. I don't think there's any bitter notes in here at all, whereas both Beverly and Moxie have at least gentian as a bittering agent. That definitely isn't here. Let's see if the ingredients yield any answers. Carbonated water, sugar, acid, citric acid, flavorings, including caffeine, ammonium ferric citrate, and quinine. So I believe that. I was saying it doesn't have any bitterness to it, and it doesn't have that kind of rooty bitterness, but there is like a bite to it. that I think could be the caffeine and the quinine, which have, depending on how much you use, much more mild bitterness than something like a gentian. Quinine can be very bitter. It's tonic water is very bitter. This tastes more like that than gentian would, which is a different kind of bitter. Whatever. I just know people are correcting me. Quinine's bitter. I know. Let's see here. Sweeteners, aspartame. So it's interesting. It's got sugar and aspartame and asulfam K. It's got some preservative. It's got sunset yellow, FCF, and ponsul 4R, which are coloring agents. Sunset yellow and ponsul may have adverse effect on activity and attention in children. So there's probably really, it's yellow 5 and red 40 in mix. They use different names for those in Europe. Contains a source of phenylalanine. Some people seem to be concerned about that. I don't know if that's a real concern or not. Anyway, there it is, a kind of bubblegummy soda. And so now the question is, what can I do with it? Can I make cocktails with it? It does have a kind of a throaty bit of tang to it. I bet there are things that people already mix this with in Scotland. One thinks scotch, or maybe that's the kind of thing that gets you shot there. No, you can't do that in Scotland, actually. You can mix gin with it, but not scotch. And yet I feel like I have to, right? With something like this, you know, trying to decode what to do with this, it's bubblegummy. I don't know what to do with something that tastes bubblegummy. That's kind of a weird flavor profile to work with, in my opinion, for a cocktail. I have had bourbons that contain bubblegum notes, so perhaps what we can do with Urn Brew is something like a whiskey sour. But I'm kind of just interested in starting to mix it with spirits and seeing how it responds to, you know, alcohol. So let's see what happens when I put some Johnny Walker with some Urn Brew. Let's just see what happens. 1.5 ounces. Let's do a 2-to-1. That was 1.5 ounces of our scotch, so I need 3 ounces of Urn Brew. Trying to think about how I might do a Billy Connolly later. He's very high pitched comparatively, quite musical, and a little bit breathy. And he's very exasperated whenever he's performing. It's probably a conversational Billy Connolly that sounds quite different, but this is just Urn Brew and scotch. The Urn Brew is not really bringing much to the table here at that ratio. Maybe we just turn it into a full-blown highball and kind of like double that up. It's interesting. It does bring out some parts of the Johnny Walker, the peanut parts I'm not used to finding in scotch. Very sweet highball. No, I don't think that works. I don't think that works, and I don't think that's gonna work. I mean, like, Moxie mixes really well. It has such a potency to its flavor. I don't know that I'm gonna be able to do the same stuff here with Urn Brew. Let's try it with gin. I think that gin's gonna complement this a lot better. I think once again, I'm gonna start with a 2-to-1 ratio. 1.5 ounces of gin, London Dry, 3 ounces of our Urn Brew, 3 ounces of Urn Brew. Let's try it at equal measures. Oh yeah, okay. Much more interesting. That's 2-to-1. I'm gonna go 2.5-to-1. Another ounce, so 4 ounces. Pretty nice. I know, I'm gonna get to a description here. Twist of lemon. Toss that in there. All right, here we go. An Urn Brew and gin. I have no name for this. Okay, so that's pretty good. That ratio, you get quite a bit of gin, which is divisive. Not everybody loves gin. You get those piney, junipery notes, and Tanqueray is a pretty brash gin, to be honest. It's gin. It's not some kind of an herbal gin or whatever. It's just London Dry gin. And honestly, I think it's the one to use. It's the benchmark for cocktails that call for gin. A cocktail calls for a London Dry gin. Tanqueray is probably one of these. So you get a lot of that, and then you get this moderated sweetness that comes out of the Urn Brew. It's not very loud. It's pretty subtle, actually. It's like just rounding the edges off the gin with these bubblegummy notes. What's interesting is that lemon twist on there really ties the room together. The lemon twist brings somehow some of the sweetness from the Urn Brew up a bit. Let me taste that again, see if I can verbalize this better. We actually get lemon on the nose, of course. Then we get some gin, then we get the bubblegummy notes. I actually think that the combination of the gin and the Urn Brew is waking up some of the quite bitter parts of the Urn Brew. The whole thing is not so bad. Do I like it better than a gin and tonic? I do not. Of course, gin and tonic usually has a little squeeze of lime in it. Here I went with a twist of lemon. It's interesting though. It is interesting. It has these moments when the lemon and the Urn Brew are working together very nicely, those lemon oils. It takes this like otherwise sweet, kind of almost cloying bubblegum note, and it injects it with a citrus, a lemony oil brightness that really kind of gives it dimension. It wakes it up and it expands it and puts like another note into it, so it starts to feel like a chord as opposed to a one-note song. I like that happening there. The gin is, sometimes it's very loud on a sip and sometimes it's quite invisible. I'm not really sure what's going on there. I don't hate it. It's very one-dimensional. I got the gin there. Tastes like a flavor of anger. I'm not in love with it. I don't think it's great. I brought mint just because I like to have as much stuff prepared for these sorts of episodes as I can. And I am wondering if there's like an Urn Brew mojito. I don't know why I'm wondering about that, because like a mojito already has soda in it. What if we took some light rum, which is not really a thing, and we mixed it with Urn Brew and mint, and maybe some lime. Palo Viejo, gotta use it sometime. Very cheap rum. All right, let's try an Urn Brew mojito. So I'm gonna take a couple of sprigs of mint here, and I'm going to fill up my glass. This one might actually be good for the garnish piece.
Muddle that.
Let's get some lime. Half an ounce or an ounce? I don't know. It's only a half an ounce. I'm gonna do another lime, and wherever we land, I think. These are kind of small limes, so I bet we'll be shy of a whole ounce, but it's all right. Oh, maybe not. 1 ounce of lime juice, some mint, 1.5 ounces of Palo Viejo.
Yes, muddle that.
Because it's the cheap rum that I have. I don't do a lot of stuff with spears anymore, but there we are. I'm gonna stir up what's in there. And here we go, a little Urn Brew. We're gonna top her up. When you do this, you don't want to actually hit the ice. That's kind of a Japanese bartending rules. You don't want your soda that you pour in to touch the ice on its way down because it off gases and it foams up and everything like that. There's a bit of formal pageantry to that, the way it's done in Japanese bartending, but it's not bad.
I don't recall you adding alcohol to that.
Anyway. All right, here we go, an Urn Brew mojito. That's fun. I like that a lot. People are gonna assume, Greg, you just like rum. Things with rum in it, you like them. It could be partly that. No, it's not though, really. The tanginess of the lime and the mint are really always wonderful.
I don't remember seeing the rum go in.
They attack the sides of your tongue in a really pleasant way. They brighten the drink, they freshen the drink. Everything feels so cool and so wonderful and so, the rum, the Palo Viejo, kind of disappears in here. That's kind of what we want in our mojitos.
Did you put it in there?
The Urn Brew, and that's all we're doing here, is swapping soda for Urn Brew. You know, plain carbonated water for Urn Brew. The Urn Brew is bringing sufficient sweetness.
He did.
Good. We don't need to worry about the fact that we took out our simple syrup, but it's also bringing the Urn Brew flavor. And if the rum was bringing a lot of flavor, I think that we would lose some of that. The Urn Brew here The mint, lime, and bubblegummy nature of the Urn Brew, and it's a little transformed in this drink, are actually pretty cool. There's like a different thing happening here. I don't love the color. I think the color looks weird for a mojito. Looks kind of nuclear or something, but maybe that's not the worst. I think it's great. I think it's really cool. It's not that different from a mojito, but it's a little different. I don't hate it at all. I mean, more than not hating it, I would finish this. This is fine. The Urn Brew on its own, the soda, a little bit underwhelming, but here, when it comes to the four mixing with the lime and the mint, it really does have an almost sophisticated kind of flavor profile. It really wakes it up and expands the flavor profile into another couple of dimensions. And why does it come to the fore? Well, sometimes it comes to the fore because it foams up in your mouth. A quick shot off the straw, it foams up in your mouth, and all of a sudden now, all of those Urn Brew flavors are up in your sinuses and your nose and everything like that. It changes the whole thing. Some sips are going to be much more gentle, and you're not going to get that quite the same. When you wake this thing up in your mouth, it does reward you for it. I think that's cool. Okay, so lime juice and Urn Brew go nicely together. In fact, let's just drill in on that idea. Let's just do a quick bit of research here. Of course, I just broke my rule. Don't pour straight onto the ice. Let's just do an Urn Brew with lime. I bet Urn Brew and lime on its own, hey, you know, sometimes when you get a Coca-Cola, you get a twist of lemon on the side of it, or maybe Urn Brew could be kind of the same thing. Would you like the twist of lime that goes in an Urn Brew? I don't think it would be a bad idea. Let's find out how just Urn Brew and lime is, and if that basic idea opens up some more cocktails. It does. That's cool. Urn Brew on its own doesn't have enough acid in it, and specifically malic acid. If it's only citric acid in the Urn Brew, and it is, that's a kind of a one-dimensional acid. It's 1/2 of what's in, or maybe 2/3 of what's in a lime, for example. By adding a lime, we're adding more citric, of course, but we're also adding some malic acid and a few other things as well. Probably some of the essential oils off the peeler winding up in there. It does add a lot of dimensionality to this. It wakes it up. I don't think I would, personally, I don't think I would ever, not that I'm going around ordering Urn Brews all the time. Now that I've had it this way, I don't think I'd ever want it without the lime. And you still get all of that Urn Brew flavor, all of those bubblegummy kinds of notes. It's just cooler. What I know about lime is that it likes gin and it doesn't like scotch or whiskey or bourbon. Doesn't mean I'm not gonna try it. But now that we've got a little lime in here, let's try a splash of gin. I have no idea how much Urn Brew is in my glass. I just did, I think, 1.5 ounce pour of gin. Looked about right. Let's just try gin, Urn Brew, and lime. Should have done that before, but I didn't. That's fine. That's much better than without it. When I did it with the lemon twist, this is much preferred. I don't know that you're getting a whole lot of Urn Brew and gin. I think that they're kind of both disappearing. Maybe that's the ideal. You want the sum to be more than the sum. You want the thing to be more than the sum of its parts. It's a mild gin mixer kind of cocktail. It's not gonna blow your mind. I really want to try and come up with one really good, mind-blowing Urn Brew drink, because when we did the Moxie, some of that stuff that came out of that was so good to me. It was really, really incredible. This is gonna be the trick, though, is that we still want it to be Urn Brew. If I start adding a lot of other ingredients into this, is it still gonna taste like Urn Brew? That is the question. How can we very carefully do this? Okay, let's think here. This might be the dinger. All right, La Gritona, a Reposado tequila, Urn Brew, lime. I want one more modifier in there. I actually think this would go well with a tahini. We'll have some tahini around here somewhere. Tahini, tequila, Urn Brew. I want a modifier in there as well. Something a little bit earthy, maybe a little bit like an Amaro, something in that space. What do I got? I want to mix it up. I always use the same stuff. Let's mix it up. We're gonna use a Verna as an Amaro. Okay, I'm gonna fill this up. Well, no, I'm not gonna fill this up with ice. I'm going to rim this glass first. Put your tahini out. It's funny, so many people love tahini, and I don't have anything against it, but I actually find it to be, I don't know, I have yet to really put it on a drink and be like, oh yeah, That's what this was missing. But I feel like this might be the one. So I'm gonna rim this with tahini. When you rim a glass, you rub the outside with lemon or lime, usually lime, and then you dash it in like that. You don't want to just dip. It's not best practice to just dip the whole glass straight down in there, because you don't actually want the rim inside of the drink. You don't want the stuff you're putting on the rim in the drink. You want it on the outside. It's one of the better rim jobs I've ever given. Shake, shake, shake. Now, yes. Yeah, I'm gonna shake this drink, even though, honestly, there's not really any components that need to be shook, but basically because it'll make it easier to pour around and pass the tahini rim than doing it another way. So, let's start with 1 ounce of our lime juice. All right, 1 ounce of lime juice. Let's do half an ounce of our Amaro. 2 ounces of our tequila. What else going in there? Maybe some bitters. No, probably does that, right? No, I think we leave that. I think we leave that. We don't need sweetness because we're going to get it from the urn brew. All right, let's crack all this ice up. I want to crack all of my ice on this one because I'm planning to not strain this when I pour.
As you conquer the foe, so you conquer yourself.
So I didn't measure this in a way that would leave room for the urn brew. I'm stopping here. I'm going to fill this up with the urn brew the rest of the way. But there's still some drink left. So that's about 50-50 cocktail to mixer to urn brew. I think we're going to be in good shape here. Here we are, whatever this is. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. I like that. So, I like that a lot. The tahini rim, tahini. Sorry. Tahini is so tangy. There is so much powdered citric acid in it, but that's like the primary flavor component. I always want it to be smokier and spicier, but it's really salty and tangy to my mouth. It is smoky and spicy, but not nearly as much as it's tangy and salty. That actually goes really well with our lime and urn brew blend. The smoky, spicy, tangy, salty urn brew is really lovely. It's lively too. It is an awake fun thing. I don't know how else to explain it. It feels almost like the basis of like some kind of a tiki mixer, like a Don's mix. You know, like there's so much going on in that combination. Like it's like a gardenia mix. It's not like a gardenia mix because gardenia mix is a buttery kind of honey floral thing, but it's like that in the sense that it's a package of flavors that is so robust that it's enough to build a drink around. And you get this carbonation and it wakes up the tequila. This is not a particularly loud tequila. It's not a mezcal or something like that. It's a nice tequila. It has these buttery vegetal agave notes, exactly what you want from a reposado tequila in my opinion. Here, they are nested inside of this really robust flavor package. The one thing that I would say is not very represented here is the Averna. And I'm not sure that Averna was the right choice. I actually think now, tasting this, that what I really wanted was a bar spoon of Fernet Branca. Fernet Branca is a way, in my opinion, to get a whole lot of bitterness out of a tiny amount of ingredient. Why don't you use Angostura bitters, Greg? Angostura bitters are not as bitter as Fernet Branca, and they bring a whole lot of other spices and flavors all of their own. Sure, so does Fernet Branca, but Fernet Branca, to me, in a cocktail, primarily brings a dry, rooty bitterness. So here we go. We're going to do a bar spoon of that. And no, for future reference, I don't know that that means you can omit the Averna. The Averna is certainly bringing a certain amount of sweetness here. It does not taste like an overly sweet drink, however. Although, caveat, I've been drinking a lot of soda, so, you know, my mouth is full of urn brew. But I feel like this is going to ground this drink a lot. I like that. I like that a lot. A bar spoon might be too much. Maybe a half a bar soda, maybe a dash. Maybe if I had a dash or top on here, I would have done something smaller. But in essence, I really like what's happening now with the Tahine and the Fernet and the Urn Brew and wow, what a cosmopolitan drink. We're in South America, we're in Mexico, we're in Scotland, we're in Italy, we're all over the place with this one. This is a Four Corners. In fact, I've just decided we're gonna call this drink the Four Corners. I've done that name elsewise and I'm forgetting what it is now. So I should call this something else. This is a, I don't know, I can't go anywhere. It's a drawn and quartered. It's a drawn and quartered. I feel like now it needs a blood. It needs visually, it needs to have some blood in there, but that's okay. No, it's a between the tides. To be buried between the tides. Drawn, quartered, and buried between the tides. There it is, a between the tides. All right, the bitterness, the spiciness, the tanginess, the saltiness. The Urn Brew bringing in these other notes that are coming to the fore now, more so the caffeine, the bitterness of the caffeine. The quinine is coming out now. And yeah, some of those sweet bubblegum notes and the tequila, who first off and most importantly is not getting in the way of anything else in this drink, right? Like a scotch would compete. The tequila is easygoing. It wants to be in here. A mezcal would compete, but the tequila likes being in here. But the tequila is bringing in more of these vegetal notes, these herbal notes. And altogether, it's a pretty cool and refreshing drink. Do I think a sprig of mint would go nicely here? Yeah, I think a sprig of mint would be nice, but I only have a couple left and I'm gonna hold on to them for a minute. I think this is pretty neat. I think this could be on a cocktail menu at a lot of bars. Not a lot of bars. I think this could be, you know, if you've been to New York, there are some irreverent cocktail bars doing weird things. I think this belongs on the menu of one of those. It is a weird things kind of a drink. And I don't think anybody who ordered it would be disappointed. I think that you would be pretty happy with this. Greg, why don't you use a straw? That drink's full of ice. Because it's got a rim, and that means you have to drink it without a straw. I hate seeing a drink with a rim and a straw in it. You have to pick one. You don't get to do both. You have to pick one. That's a rule. And you do get some of those bubblegum notes at the very tail there. Ooh, that was fun. So I gotta tell you that How to Drink is brought to you by viewers like you who have chosen to support my Patreon. I think you should check it out. I think there's probably something over there you like because obviously you like the show and you want it to keep going, and the Patreon is the key to doing that. You're gonna get access to these episodes without advertisements on them. You're gonna get access to bonus cocktails, which I'm gonna do in this episode, I think. You're gonna get access to behind the scenes looks, things that I'm developing for the show. I always talk about that. I always talk about the Discord. The Discord is very popular, but I have something new I can talk about, and I've been hinting about it, and that is this, the How to Drink app, which is very primitive because I built it. But I know that a lot of you, or at least some of you, are using this show as your own personal cocktail guide. Well, there's something like 450 episodes of How to Drink, and many of those episodes, most of them at this point, have more than one drink in them, so there are thousands of How to Drink cocktails, and it occurs to us, how do you find what you're looking for if you want to make that drink that I made in that episode that you can't really remember? Well, I've been building this app. You're looking at version 0.9. It's not quite version 1. I am still adding the features to it. It is not quite feature complete. There is a back end of the database, the cocktail database. Meredith and I are populating that. I think there are now 300 cocktails in there at the time of filming this. There's gonna be a lot more. It's gonna go faster and faster now that I can direct more attention towards that. But it is functioning, and you can use it to find the drinks that you're trying to find. You can use it to recall an episode that I made that had those drinks in it. It's there. I was talking about it on a live stream the other day. It seemed like there was a lot of interest around it. So if you want access to that, that is going to be a patron exclusive at the $5 level. I hope that that's cool to you because I've worked my ass off on it. I've been working on almost nothing else, and I'm not done working on it. That will continue. Right now it's very much a work in
That's an
progress.
interesting way to do
all
that.
The features in there. I want to get the back end fully built out so that we have the full data set, and then there are some design things I want to do to it to make it prettier and add more features to it. So get in on the app, man. And then also it would be helpful to me to see you stress test it. So there's a few things that we have to work on with this, and you would be of great assistance. Actually, I said I did it myself, but I've done it with a lot of help from some people I call the Brain Trust over in our Discord. So thank you to everybody in the Discord. And if you have some good ideas, why don't you meet me in the Discord? None of this would be possible without you. Thank you. I can't thank you enough. Thank you. Here's a, what did I name this? Oh yes, a Between the Tides. Feels like it should be a reference to Between the Sheets with that name. But I'm sticking with it. It's Between Tides. It's really good. It's fun. It gets tastier all the time. Yeah, people would like that. There's definitely, I don't know if it's just the visual element of it being orange colored. No, it's probably the citric acid. Let's say it has some like orange notes in there. I need a name for this. It's funny, I used to think, oh, I don't need a name, but now that I'm building the app, I feel like I do need names. That helps the app. This was a mojito variation that used Earn Brew. What the hell does mojito translate to? The word mojito is derived from the Spanish word mojo, which means a little spell, or possibly a sauce in some contexts. Mojito could be loosely translated to mean a little spell or something with a bit of magic. Oh, I like that. We'll call this a glamour. Oh, I like that a lot, actually. I like that quite a bit. That's very nice. The glamour is very good. Spelt with an O-U-R, Meredith. All right, one more. All right, well, I feel like I gotta go back to Scotch. Some people who are very, very, very precious about their Scotches and their whiskeys are gonna be annoyed that I'm about to use some Lafroig. I don't have a Glasgow blend. I need to buy some more Glasgow blend. And until then, this is my island. So we got smoke, we got citrus and bubblegum. We need, let's try lemon. We need some lemon. We need some kind of extra acidity here. We've proven that lime works well. Let's see if lemon will work well. And I think we need some bottom notes because it's a lot of this is very high notes. We have a lot of smoke. We have a lot of acid. We have a lot of this bubblegum thing. That's all happening up here in the flavor
There are
spectrum.
3
It's in the
equinoxes.
higher frequencies. We need something in the bottom frequencies, a little bit of some stuff to ground it, and we've already done Verna Branca and Averna. I could do Maro de Angostura. I could do Bogarts. I just happen to be looking at it. Bogarts would be great. Bogarts is a historic style of bitters. It is called for in the version of the improved whiskey cocktail that I have in print, although that also, it's either Bogarts or Bokers, and I have a bottle of Bokers as well. But Bogarts is what I want here. It's a, let's call it an antiquarian version of something like an Angostura bitters. Let's say that's what it is. It's more bitter than Angostura. It is a richer, deeper, maybe even angrier flavor. Angostura is a very friendly flavor. This is an angry flavor. I'm gonna put it into this stemware. Normally you would never do such a thing with a drink that's got soda in it that's basically gonna be a highball. But this particular glass is so large that I know I can fit a full highball in there. We said lemon, let's do lemon. Perfect. 1 ounce of lemon juice. Let's do a 1/4 ounce of our Bogarts. Yeah, maybe something closer to an 1/8 even. Let's do 1.5 ounces of Lafroig. Honestly, I think that's it. I think that's about it. Should we add mint to this? No, we should not. We should not. Let's shake that up. Looks like mud. Ugh. Okay. Color-wise, I'm not loving that, but that's okay. And now we'll top it up with some Earn Brew. There's something fun about that, isn't that? Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. That is fun. That's really cool. Okay, let's see how this crazy thing is. Ooh, man, that's got that smell. That's got that shoe leather Lafroig smell. Yeah. Nope, not for me. No good. No bueno. Do not like. Yeah. Ooh, nope. That's gonna give me a migraine. I can't drink any more of that. That is a tangy, iodine, highly phenylated, smoky heap of nightmares. I am sorry, I don't like that at all. Oh my God, that might have given me a migraine in 1 sip. The smoky spirits, the Islay and the mezcals can really trigger some headaches for me. And I gotta be careful with them. It's like literally 50-50. this might be the bad 50. I don't feel good now immediately. So, I don't recommend that drink. And I don't. I'm naming it an ill-fated misadventure. That is the name of that cocktail. Do not attempt an ill-fated misadventure. It is a beguiling girl who will lead you astray. I don't want it. Well, that's. I don't feel good. That's it for Earn Brew. I would love to know if you have ideas for what I can do with Earn Brew otherwise, or what is done with it in Scotland, because surely teenagers are mixing it with spirits. Probably just vodka, honestly. Earn Brew and vodka is probably fine. You can do that. You don't need a show to tell you that. Earn Brew is cool. It's not as weird as people told me it was gonna be. You know, I gotta tell you, I've had weirder sodas. You're not all that Scotland. You're not that strange with your Earn Brew, okay? I defy you. Come over here and try yourself some Moxie. Moxie is fucking weird by comparison. Earn Brew is nice. It's fine. It is weird that it's the most popular soda in Scotland, but it's not that weird of a soda. I'm gonna do the bonus drink for patrons right now, and if that's the kind of thing that interests you, well, click the link in the pin comment below or up here in the corner and check out my Patreon. Until then, I will see you in another episode of How to Drink.
Bold offense or interception? That's the question.
Hi, everybody. It's Adam Savage in my cave. And the reason for the weird framing is because this behind me, Han and Carbonite, is one of the world's great movie props. It's so perfectly executed. It's so evocative. I remember being shocked in 1980. I was all of 13 years old. And this is my rebuild of one of the replicas. Back in the day, a company called Elusive Replicas had castings from the original and made some fiberglass executions of Han and Carbonite that, and one of them hung here for a decade here in my cave. And then a couple of years ago, my friend Todd Blatt, who makes he actually injects and molds a new version of the old Volvo dashboard that are the 8 panels on the sides of Han and Carbonite. And he makes a rebuild kit that includes a whole sled, and you put your Han in it. And I cut my Han out of the Elusive Concepts Han and Carbonite, and I put it in my Todd Blatt Han and Carbonite, or Todd Blatt Adam Savage Han and Carbonite. And there she is. I am really, really happy with this. There's a link to this build in the description. But the reason I'm going over this territory again is because when I cut Han out of that Elusive Concepts shell, I ended up with an extra shell. Obviously, you clicked on the video. You know I'm going to make Adam and Carbonite. I'm going to do that in here. I'm going to do this with help from my friends at FBFX out of London. We have covered them many times before. We'll include a link to some of the videos we've done in their beautiful shop in the description. They make so many beautiful superhero suits, Star Wars costumes, space suits from many of my favorite movies, including The Martian, Prometheus, Covenant. FBFX are world-class costume and model makers. And the last time I was there, we mentioned that we wanted to do this, and they did some scans of me specifically to make an Adam and Carbonite, and then you'll see as this unfolds, they kind of built me an Adam Savage and Carbonite kit, which is crazy. It's gonna make this really, really fun.
Oh, it's just the hands. Okay, you don't have to show me, just guide me. Oh, that makes me so happy. Freaking awesome! Great. What I look like versus what I think I look like. That's awesome. All right, so I have my railing pieces set out, the internal shelf that my Han and Carbonite will rest upon. The next step is for me to make a big, wide, flat sheet that fits this hole exactly. So I'm about to do that. All right, so I have test fitting a border around here, so on the inside of this frame, and I glue it in with some epoxy adhesive. And then I am actually, this piece is the piece that will drop in, but it needs to be carefully glued together first. There we go.
Are you willing to
That is
risk
some
going
good
back into
fitment.
the field?
Right? See that? No. Right? Impossible. So, this one. I'm so happy.
Capture and decode the signal. Good work today. Not only have we decoded the enemy transmissions, we have also disrupted their communications.
This thing has a spotlight for about an hour, so let's shoot for.
I think that's everything I needed to do for today. I was just kind of waiting around until tomorrow comes and the new stuff comes out.
Let's
I'm going to check on my anime list and see how it's coming along.
all right, copy that. Oh, these are my shoes. Here's one. All right.
Nothing new there.
Yep, okay. Yeah.
Nothing new there.
And then voila, come on.
Nope.
Oh, you're a thing. Oh, they're very small. They're very, very small. All right, so
Nope.
this is amazing. Right, so yeah.
Nope.
Incredible. This was because I was hoping. Oh. So I have placed the parts I placed the parts of me down on this. So what they've done is they've actually added some depth to the carving.
The exact same beginning screen as the other one. That's weird.
Do we have to look at it like that? Maybe just like that is a little better. So what I'm going to do is, I think I'm going to pull the template out of there and trace exactly what I've got here on the body, and then I'm going to work out the hands. The feet are the easiest part, but the body and the head have to be cut out very precisely. Yes, they do. Okay, so the arms and the hearts are to get right. Look at these beautiful.
Okay, I have 2 episodes of that.
Second set of prints. This is a resin print. This is just, how many copies of my hands do I have? A lot. FBFX. Yeah, this is the reason they do.
Okay, so I have 2 episodes of one anime to watch.
Like a back rub. Makes it really clear why FBFX is at the top of their damn field, man. I just can't believe it. Hold on, I gotta take a selfie and send it out. The inner rail is set really nicely, by the way. I make a lot of noise about how I don't love glues here. Hold on just a second. I think it's the worst solution for any problem unless it's the only solution for a given problem. In this case, I have a fiberglass frame that I've got to attach wood to. I could do that with countersunk bolts, but then I am filling and covering all those countersunk bolts all the way around the perimeter. That just will not do. And then a friend of mine in the effects industry at one of the big houses that makes props and sets and animatronics all the time, that one of their favorites is Plexus MA310, which I found has a fabulously short pot life. And I'm really impressed with how it's laid down here. Seriously impressed. You see, I pulled off all the clamps, and I am about to lay the cutout of me on top of that so that I can jigsaw. This is without a doubt the best stand for me to jigsaw out the outline of myself. And so that's what I'm about to do. I'm giving you a better angle on the situation.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna watch this and some anime. They got most everything else taken care of. 6 items ready to claim. That sounds like my form is ready. Yep. Okay. I'll be back tomorrow and be playing the new stuff. So we'll check out the 99. So peace, take care, stay safe. Be good to each other. We only got this one chance.